Hey guys, so today I am here with a video that I am going to be super honest, I have been putting off for a long time, and even before sitting down to film it today, I was like, oh, I really could just like skip Friday's video because I just have been putting off organizing my character stickers for a minute. I do eventually want to do a bunch of videos kind of showcasing my collection and organizing it and everything, but character stickers are something I think are the most exciting, and also mine in particular kind of need the most organizing. So this is my character sticker binder. I will link everything down below. This is just a binder that I got off of Amazon. It's just a white binder. I think it's a 3-inch. She like pretty thick, I'm pretty sure. I mean, she's heavy too. And then it's just kind of a mess. So up front I have a bunch of like larger sticker sheets that have no place currently. We will find them a place. I have just a bunch of stuff in here. I mean, like, I don't even, oh, I have, yep, got lots of stuff in here. Don't even know half of it. I have Reagan's, like, these I'm never gonna get rid of, her full boxes. I have extender, I have so much in here that needs to just, like, be decluttered and put away. And then I have a semi-organized system going, but I mostly need to declutter and reorganize because some of my sections are very thick. So I have these from BCW. Sorry, I just like blanked so hard. I got these off Amazon. They're like the 4-pack little, like you can put like collector cards in them, but I've just been using them to store stickers. So I have like all like the ones I use most up front. I have different sections from different kids, but I think I'm gonna end up combining it because I don't really need 2 sections for 2 different kids. I have a pregnant section, like, and then I have like 3 different like dating sections. I have a Brian section, date night, couple sampler, like those could all be the same thing. My food section, some of these are broken because the food section is like dumb thick. I need to really go through that. So I need to kind of get rid of this one because this one, you know, and use a new one because this is completely broken. I have 2 different Disney sections. One still says Harry Potter, and then I moved my Harry Potter down to my characters. I have emotions positive. Like, this is kind of what my character sticker collection looks like right now. She's kind of a mess. I broke this one and tried to use washi to fix it. It still does not work, so I'll have to change that one out. But mostly what this video is going to be is me decluttering every section and then going back in and reorganizing it because I just want it to be easy for me. I don't need any workout stickers. I don't even know why I have those. Easy for me to understand and kind of work with. And then of course I have some sections that are new that don't even have labels on them because this could even easily just get moved to my scripts and foil binder. And then I have like this section which is just all the custom like full boxes, and I had to move my laundry and grocery into a different section because it started getting thick. And then I have the Once More with Love and SPC Girl like section, a ton of these. And then the food doodles I tried to like separate, but it just didn't work. And then I have a bunch of extra a few extra thankfully because I'm gonna need a couple extra just to like fix. And then back here I have the 2-pocket ones. I actually have a bunch of these, which is nice for the front stickers. I don't know, but you get what I'm saying. I have like multicolor in here, and then it's all just kind of like freebies. It's kind of bad. I'm thinking about doing a separate video on going through all of these freebies and even like some of these like samplers that were like in the front of my binder and putting them in the Once More with Love reusable sticker book. I actually think that would be another like fun kind of video to do to kind of just organize with me a little bit more. But yeah, this is what I need to do today. It's pretty intense. I've put it off long enough. I definitely will be able to just cover these up and or rip them off, but either way they can get covered up. I have the ones that Andrea made for me, which are all of these forever ago, which coincidentally are like the exact ones that are sold. Not the exact ones, but they're like all white, so they match perfectly with the ones in the shop. So these are the, you know, organization labels that are in shop, which these are kind of break up a little bit better. So like the food, food drinks, food fast, food faves, food sweet. I feel like that will be a lot easier for me to break up my food because I only have one food here. And then this is just an extra sheet of the ones I had because there are different ones. Like, do I have family on here? Yep, there are ones maybe. that aren't on here. I don't know, I'll figure it out, but yeah, here we go. This is gonna be brutal, but I am gonna be doing hopefully a voiceover with a Q&A in it to help a little bit. And then, like I said, I am gonna pull some of the like samplers out, and if you guys are interested in another video of me kind of organizing them using the labels in the sticker book, let me know, because I have a bunch of these little like doodle samplers and stuff too that probably could get organized better, and I want to be able to use these stickers because I never reach for the front, if that makes any sense. So this is my character binder sticker collection, and yeah, let's organize her. Alright, so here we go. I am organizing. I did initially put this to like 500 times speed, which is what I do on Adobe Premiere. That's where I edit. But it was just way fast, and I knew that I wanted to answer questions in this video, so I just did it to 250. And hopefully this is slow enough to answer questions, but not too slow that I run out, if that makes any sense. Because I did ask for questions earlier today on my planner Instagram, which is Kirsten Plans. And I have quite a few. There is a lot that are the same though, but hopefully I can take the time to just kind of answer those. And if for some reason I take too long, or don't take too long, I don't take enough time, I'll just add a little bit of music at the end in hopes that it fills the time a little bit better. But I thought this would be easier so it's not just like sticker, 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 and you have no clue what I am doing. So I'll go ahead and get started. So the first question just says, how are you and your family doing after the car accident? We're doing a lot better. I would say physically, girls are great. I am going to have a scar on my leg, I think, for the rest of my life. I thought it was going to heal and be completely healed because the skin like around the scab was looking okay, but it's definitely going to be a scar. And then Brian, his rib still hurts him quite a bit, but that's incredibly normal, we've heard, and the doctor told us. But other than that, we've been doing a lot better. But thank you for checking in on us. I really appreciate that. One of the questions that we got a lot, or I got a lot, I guess, sorry, was basically about more babies, more kids. How many more kids do you see you and Brian? Oh, do you see Brian and yourself with in the future? I promise I can read. I don't know. To better answer your question, I'll just be very completely honest. If we had another baby, it would change a lot of things for us. I know that sounds kind of weird because it's just like, what's one more? But like, I think having a third would really change a lot of what's going on with us. Like a lot of like our work life would change completely. Like I do not think I would continue working, especially because when I am pregnant, I have what is called a hyperemesis graviderm, I believe is how you pronounce the second word. But it's morning sickness times 1,000, and you are sick the entire pregnancy. You're constantly puking, like you can't keep anything down. I was able to sort of combat it a little bit with Reagan by taking an incredibly expensive medicine that like most insurances don't cover. It's called Declutter. I took it for a little bit and it was awesome. Like we spent the money and did it, but it was so worth it, honestly. But being that sick and also then having 2 other kids to look after and then still trying to work would just not be feasible for me. So I definitely would think we would have to figure it out. Like it would have to change a lot of things for us. So that's why kind of right now we're not really thinking about having any more kids. Do I want more? I don't know. Some days we talk about how it'd be nice to have like maybe 1 more, but other times we're just like 2 is good, you know. we're good. We're very happy with our 2 babies. And it's so funny because I said that when people would ask me when it was just Avery if I wanted any more, and I was like, I'm good right now. And then I got pregnant like almost instantly, I feel like. But I don't know, if it happens, it happens. We are not planning to have any more currently. There's a lot going on in our lives right now, but maybe in the future. I think that's something we'll probably talk about in maybe 2.5 more years, because I do like the age difference between my girls right now. I think the 4-year, was it 4 years? Yeah, 4-year age difference was awesome. I really liked that. So maybe we'll talk about it in a couple more years, but as of right now, I'm kind of on a firm no. I think I'm good. What is your Hogwarts house and your favorite Harry Potter character? I should have thought about some of these before I came on here. My Hogwarts house, I'm a Ravenclaw, which I think makes a lot of sense for me. And then my favorite character, that's kind of difficult. I did just rewatch all of the movies, and I don't really know. I feel like I like a lot of different characters and I like a lot of different characteristics about each of them. I don't have a really like specific character I really, really like. I guess the one character that as a kid I always went back to that I liked, and I guess as an adult too, I still always go back to that I liked, is Remus Lupin. I just always felt for him, and I don't know, I really liked his story, and I wish we got more of a backstory on him because that would have been really cool. But yeah, I really liked him. He was like one of my favorites. Where did you come up with the name Reagan? So we love gender neutral names for girls. That is one of me and Brian. We both just always talk about how we love gender neutral names for girls. It's so cute to see a little girl with like with what a society would say is a boy's name, and I really love that. So Avery has a gender neutral name, which a lot of girls are named Avery now. I have met a couple of boy Averys though. But we sat down before we found out she was a girl, and we just kind of Googled gender neutral names because we have 3 boy names picked out. Like we've had boy names ready to go for forever, but we never had a second girl's name. So we looked on the list and we saw Reagan, and we kind of played with it for a little bit. We said it out loud a few times. We did the yell, you know how you're supposed to like practice yelling at your kid by saying their name out loud, and that's how you know it's a good name. So we were like, Reagan Renee, about 10 different times, and it sounded really cute, and we really liked it. So we did name her Reagan because we saw it on a list and we really liked it. I thought it was really sweet, and I don't know, I think it fits her pretty perfectly. Our little Reggie, she's so cute. But yeah, that's basically just where we found the name and where we came up with it. We saw it on a list and we liked it. The next question says, have you noticed a difference now that you are budgeting? We are starting to budget next month. I definitely feel like the biggest difference that I have noticed, which I don't know if you guys will notice at all, because it doesn't seem like it, but we are spending a lot less. I feel like with having a budget and having to write things down, it makes me not want to spend any money, because I'm like, do I really want to write this down? Do I really want to put that extra little thing, that extra budget sticker in? That's kind of a lot. And then there's some days where I'm like, I don't want to buy this today because I still want to have a no spend day. I do that quite a bit where like I want to buy something, but I wait till the next day, or I wait till I spend money on like a bill or something so I can have a no spend day. I feel like that's the biggest difference that I've noticed. But I've only been really budgeting for a couple of months now, and I feel like once I actually get more into budgeting and not necessarily tracking my spending, it will be a lot better. And also, one thing I really enjoy about budgeting is watching the debt payoff tracker. Like that makes me really happy, and I think the same kind of thing is going to happen when I start tracking our sinking funds. It's just going to make me really happy, I think. So that's like the biggest difference that I have noticed. The next question says, how are your cats? Cats are good. 1 second. Sorry about that. When you have kids, I feel like they're constantly just going to be interrupting you. However, the question did say, how are your cats? My cats are good. They're doing great. I actually need to get more pictures of them because I was going to post a couple of pictures for like their 2-year adoptiversary. Millie's is coming up and then Ray's is in July. But they're doing good. They're kind of chunky, y'all. Like they're getting thick. I don't know, they're pretty active, but I'm like, how do you guys have such big butts? Like, I'm so confused. But they're good. They're clingy, which I always thought was weird because every cat I've ever had growing up has never been clingy. Like, it's never wanted to be near you. But these ones are pretty clingy. They want to be inside of you, essentially. So that's how they are doing. For those of you that ask me to do Plan With Me's in-person talking, this is the reason I cannot. They walk in 24/7. I'm like, guys, can you give me like 20 minutes to do a voiceover or like a recording, and I'll be right out, and then I have to record the voiceover like 10 times because of that. So I do apologize. The next question says, how do you start your planner YouTube channel? So for me, I mean, honestly, all I'm going to say is just start a YouTube channel and start planning. I really don't see like anything crazy about it. For me, I've had a YouTube channel for 10 years now, and I did not start off as a planner YouTuber. I started off as like beauty, makeup, fashion. It slowly has always transitioned as I've grown up because I did grow up pretty much on YouTube. But I just started, once I got into planning, I made like one video and realized that people actually enjoyed it. And people actually like wanted to watch it, and I was getting good views on them, so I just kind of kept it up, and that's where we are now. Oh, and then the next question really does say, will you still do talk, or will you do talk through sometimes? I understand it's more relaxing to watch a talk through video versus a voiceover, But for me, one, the constant interruption would just drive me crazy. I know a lot of people are like, it's okay, like we understand, and that's all fine and dandy, but it drives me nuts. Like planning for me is my relaxing time. So for me to be able to sit, and sometimes it's not silence, you know, sometimes Avery's behind me playing, or, you know, everyone's in the room hanging out and I'm just planning, but I just love doing it in silence. I did it for so many years, talking through my process and explaining everything. And I did enjoy that, but just being able to do it silently now, it makes me feel really good because that is my relaxed time. So that's kind of why I don't do that. Someone asked dog ? I do not have a dog. I have 2 cats. The next question says, what does a typical day look like for you during the week? So I'm just going to go based off of before the pandemic because typical days now are weirdly all over the place and no day is the same. So before everything started happening and before, you know, stay-at-home orders and shelter-in-places and things like that started happening, a typical day would be I would wake up about 4:30, 5 o'clock, get ready for the day, go to work. I worked 10-hour days, and then I would come home, get home usually around like 4:30, depending on what time I got into work because I would just work 10 hours. And then once I get home, depending on if I have like any YouTube stuff to do, I do that. A lot of the times it's filming or editing, one or the other, especially with doing 3 videos a week now. It's definitely one or the other. Answer emails, kind of sit on the laptop out in the living room instead of being on my iMac. So that way I'm actually like interacting with family because I don't like just coming home and immediately shutting myself off. And then we eat dinner together as a family. I try to spend as much time with my kids as possible. If laundry needs to get done, which this is funny because I hardly ever do laundry, but if for some reason laundry does need to get done, I'll do it because I love doing laundry. That's like my favorite chore. And then like I'll just spend time with the kids, take a shower, give baths, and go to bed. That's pretty much my day. And it's the same thing every single day. The next question says, a lot of these questions are about the house too. When will y'all be moving into your new house? We will be moving in July. Our apartment, the lease is up in July, and we're not breaking the lease because it costs far more to break a lease versus just paying the rent and just staying here for a couple more months. So that is what we are doing. We're moving in July. And then the next question says, will Brian go back to SPC? And what made you want to keep working instead of staying home? So this question I don't think I've actually really fully answered. I know a lot of people know that I'm the only one working and he does stay at home right now. But honestly, the main reason we're doing this is because we together make more money with just me working 60 hours and him staying home watching the kids. If we were both working and we were both working 40 hours and paying for daycare, we would not be making as much money as we make now. And I hope that makes a little bit of sense, but I don't mind it because I don't mind working. Down the line, obviously things are definitely going to change, but as of right now, that's pretty much what our plan is. Will he come back? Maybe in the future, but right now we make more money doing it this way. So, I mean, I would rather that honestly than have to feel stressed and only be able to work 40 hours and put 2 kids in daycare. That just does not seem like a good experience. I mean, 2 kids in daycare, I know granted Avery is supposed to start school this year. Hopefully everything goes well with that, but 2 kids in daycare was like $2,000, and that's more than our rent. That's ridiculous. So that's how that's working there. I get this question a lot. How did you meet Andrea? So I have known Andrea for 9 years, maybe 8 years, 7 years. I don't know. It feels like a very long time. I've known her before SPC. I know a lot of people think that we met because of SPC, but I have known her before. We met online, actually on YouTube, back when she was making beauty videos and I was making beauty videos. We met through a mutual friend and we just started chatting and we became friends. The next question said, how is the sleeping going with Reagan? My little one has been a night owl since lockdown. Reagan's a pretty good sleeper. Both of our girls, luckily, we have been blessed with really good sleepers. She does still wake up super early. Like, she is on, like, a schedule. She still wakes up about 5 a.m., which is a little bit rough, but she does take, like, an 8 a.m. nap. So I can't really complain because we still get to nap, thankfully. But, yeah, that's how that's going. Would you rather have a horse-sized rabbit or a rabbit-sized horse? I would rather have a rabbit-sized horse because anything that big, is scary. Like, horses are calm, I feel, but like rabbits can be kind of scary. So we'll say a rabbit-sized horse because then they're little and cute. A deserted island, you alone can only have 3 items. I would say a tent, a water filter, and a cast iron skillet. I'll be logical here. Next person asking about any more babies, blah, blah, blah. Most of these are the same questions. I always get questions. I always get at least one. Would y'all consider bringing the vlogs back? We have talked about vlogging. I'm not sure if it's going to happen. We have not vlogged since 2017. It's been almost 3 years, which is absolutely wild. And obviously a lot has changed in those 3 years. But I don't know. We've talked about it quite a bit. If we brought them back, it would mostly just be Brian and the kids. So that's why we're just kind of waiting. And I feel like I can't focus. For me, unless it was just me, if I wasn't working, I would be able to focus on both. But for me to, both as in this channel and the vlogging channel, but because I'm working and I don't plan on quitting anytime soon, it's taking a back burner, and I'm okay with that. I've been okay with not vlogging for a while. The privacy thing has always been kind of a weird line that I walk on. I want to be as private as possible, but I do like to share things. So I don't know. Eventually we'll vlog again, but I'm not quite sure. A lot of people asked about if we'll be doing a house tour. I think so, but I'm not sure yet. It's something, again, I've been thinking about. I think I might do an empty house tour, probably. I also really want to do an empty apartment tour because I never showed this apartment. Granted, we never showed our last apartment in an apartment tour, but I feel like this apartment's really cute. It's a 3-bedroom. We moved in 2 years ago, and it's pretty nice. Our kitchen is one of the nicest apartment kitchens I've ever seen in my life. So maybe I'll do an empty apartment tour, but yeah, we might do an empty house tour. I'm not sure yet. Your favorite ice cream flavor, cereal, color foil, decorative pens, or washi. So my favorite ice cream flavor, it's kind of hard. I always go for Moose Tracks, and nobody sells Moose Tracks except for Target. That's the only place I've ever seen Moose Tracks, but or lately, it used to be everywhere, but love Moose Tracks. My favorite cereal is Fruit Loops with marshmallows. I could eat the entire box. My favorite color foil, specialty foil, would probably be some sort of hollow, not regular hollow or sparkly hollow, but some sort of hollow. Excuse me. And then basic foil, I guess you could say, would probably be silver. And then decorative pens or washi, I would have to go with decorative pens, I think. Who do you watch on YouTube? I watch a ton of people. I believe my subscriptions actually are open. You guys can see who I'm subscribed to if you go to my channel and click on channels. I know some people don't show their subscriptions, but I do. So if you're interested to see who I'm subscribed to, you can definitely go check that out. Let's see. How many states have you traveled to? That's kind of a hard question because I've traveled to so many states. I've lived in 5 states, but I've traveled to many. I don't even want to think about it right now. That's such a high number, and I only have a few minutes left. Aside from SPC Scripts, what shops do you get your scripts from? I get my other scripts from Kinsey's Creations, and then I have an order coming from Letters to Apollo right now. So those are going to be the 3 scripts that I use. How are the girls getting along? That's a really good question. So when Reagan was first born, Avery was very confused. She was bored and did not know how to play with her. But now that she's getting older and she's starting to do more things and want to play more, they play a lot, which is really cute. It's kind of sad though because Avery is kind of really independent. So she likes to go to her room and play and kind of shut the door and be in her own space playing. And Reagan really wants to play with her. So when she leaves her, it's kind of sad to watch. But they do get along really, really well. First thing you're going to do with the family once this is all over. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to go anywhere crazy right away because I'm still very hesitant about going out. I think this is going to last for kind of a long time. Not a long, long time, but I do think this is going to be a thing where they lift the ban, we all go out, people get sick again, and then they put another ban back on. That's kind of how I feel. I don't want to get too into it, but I've just been reading a lot of stuff, and I feel like that's what's going to happen. So I don't think we're going to go do anything crazy, but the one thing that I really want to do, which is something we've been talking about, which makes me so sad, is I really want to take the girls to the zoo. I really want to go to a zoo. So maybe we'll do that. I don't know. I'm kind of excited. If you weren't working at SPC, what would your other dream job be? If you would have asked me this years ago, I feel like I would have had so many different answers. But right now in my life, I think because I have 2 kids and I'm just tired, I really would just want to be a stay-at-home mom. Honestly, I think that's like probably my end dream, is just to stay at home and let Brian work and maybe do any sort of working from home. Like if, you know, YouTube were to pick up, or like any sort of like sponsorships, or the influencer life started to pick up, I think that'd be like my dream job, honestly, because I'd be able to work from home, be with my kids all the time. Sounds pretty great. But any work from home job, because I still feel like I need to be working. I'm one of those people that I still think needs to be working. But I don't know, I just want to stay home. What's the biggest challenge with having 2 children? I'm not sure. As of right now, there's been no crazy big challenges. I think as they get older, there definitely will be, because of like fighting and things like that, and especially with 2 girls. Like I think the teenage years are going to be really interesting. But as of right now, there hasn't been any crazy challenges. I mean, the sharing is like an issue sometimes, and you know, sometimes they get sad when the other is not around, but it hasn't been too bad yet. So nothing too crazy quite yet. Favorite coffee drink from anywhere? The coffee that I love the most, honestly, is a Dunkin' iced coffee with cream and sugar and caramel. Easily the best. I love it so much. Every time we go to Dunkin', I get one, and I'm just so happy every time. It's delicious. And I think the last question I'm going to answer, because a lot of these are relatively the same, is I've only been watching for a year-ish. Tell us about how you met Brian, which if you've been watching for a long time, you've heard this story plenty of times, and I apologize for repeating it. Hopefully this doesn't cut into my next clip. But we did meet in high school. We actually met our freshman year of high school in biology class. His last name was obviously Krasinski, and then mine was Lechty. So they seated us in alphabetical order, and we got sat next to each other, and that is how we met. And then we didn't start dating until our sophomore year. So about a year later, we started dating, and then we've been together ever since. This year actually marks 10 years of us being together, which is kind of a long time. Also, it makes me sad to think that 10 years ago I was a sophomore in high school. I feel incredibly old. But yeah, that's basically it for all of the questions. I'll just do a quick refresh just to make sure I'm not missing anything, because I did ask this kind of late in the day. I should have asked this like early yesterday, you know? But yeah, that is basically it. Now I'm pretty much just doing the food doodles and organizing the food into the few categories, which I feel like is probably my best option, because I had food all in one category before. But I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll probably be a little bit silent for the next like minute, but I think you guys got it. Okay, so it's been like an hour. That is Avery in the background. I do apologize. I am done. I'll be right there in 2 minutes. I have completely finished. I left these up front just because these are all moving sheets, and then these are just like family related sheets. I thought those would be super easy, but as you can see, I tried to go in alphabetical order. Organizing the food was like kind of painful. I did basic food, food drinks, food fast, and then my faves was mostly like Asian food and then sweets. But yeah, I basically just tried to go in alphabetical order. Hopefully this was interesting to watch. I feel like the Q&A probably made it a little bit more interesting, and I did declutter quite a bit of stickers. I'm actually gonna go through with my like planner friends and see if there's anything they want before I do like a giveaway. But if it, like I said again, if you want to see this, hold on Avery, if you want to see this kind of organized in the reusable sticker book, let me know. Otherwise, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, even though I was a little low-key stressed throughout it. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.